The latest version of Ubuntu Desktop, which is 11.04, is sporting the new Unity desktop. Now this desktop requires a pretty decent graphics driver that supports 3D. What we're going to do is we're going to try to install this in an Oracle VirtualBox, which will allow us to record the install so we can show you how this is supposed to work. This is an experiment, so we're going to have to see what happens. Ubuntu first boots off your CD, DVD, or ISO, as we're doing here for this demo. You come up with a screen that lets you try Ubuntu, which means you're going to run it off the CD or install it. In this case, we're going to select our language of English. If you have a different language, you would select that and click Install Ubuntu. Okay, it needs 4.4 gig of drive space to install. And we want to show it plugged into a power source. We're connected to the internet. I'm going to select this so it'll take care of updates while installing. And you can also select this so it will install the MP3 support. And we click forward. There's quite a bit of additional multimedia support you can enable, and we cover that in detail, by the way, in the Vidiots Guide, the Ubuntu Vidiots Guide to Multimedia course, which goes into a lot of audio and video media extensively. We're going to choose to erase the disk and install Ubuntu. That means whatever we have on our hard disk is going away. If we wanted to do something else, we obviously would pick something else, and if we had a drive that had Windows on it, it may offer us to resize the partition and then take available space to install to. In this case, we have nothing else, so we're going to click forward. We will do a separate video on something else at another time. And we're going to click install now. And this will take a few minutes. As it installs, it's actually worth watching the screens. We're going to have to pick our time zone here. No, we're not Monticello. We're in New York. We click forward. Notice that this new version, it's copying files as we go through and set our settings, so it really is efficient. We're going to stick with the USA keyboard. You can go through testing keyboards and all that nonsense if you want. If you know what kind of keyboard you have, you select it, or you can go through this detect keyboard, which is a little wizardry type of thing, a helper that will ask you to press certain keys and try and figure out what kind of keyboard you have. We're not going to do that now. We know we have a USA keyboard here. Enter our name. I'm going to use my favorite student, John Doe. John, VirtualBox 1104. The username is going to be J Doe. Actually, we'll leave John. So we've been using it. We'll put a password in for John. It'll tell us if it's a weak password or not. In this case, I don't care. If you mix capital letters, lowercase letters, and numbers, you'll end up with a stronger password. For instance, I'm going to do that now. I've mixed capital letters and numbers. That's giving me the fair password. I'll leave it that one. You can encrypt your home folder if you want to. I'm not going to do that. Especially if you're a beginner, stick to the basics when installing this. You can always add these features later. Require my password to log in, and click forward here. And here's our little slideshow. It shows us some of the features of Ubuntu. And this says they're going to have the Unity Desktop, which is a new way to manage your applications. Now we'll see if we actually get that, if our video driver supports that. If not, it will default to the Gnome Desktop. There are many applications available for Ubuntu that are free. And this is just showing you some of the applications here. This Stellarium is a new one, I haven't seen that yet. It renders 3D photorealistic skies in real time. Also, Inkscape we will look at during this course because that's a drawing program. We also will look at the GIMP photo editor, which is mentioned in this last one. You have the Stockwell Photo Manager. There is a basic video editor, PITIVI video editor included, and the GIMP image editor also. I use the GIMP quite a bit. We have a free Ubuntu One account, which allows you to sync all kinds of files online so you can access them anywhere. Basically, it's a cloud account, and we will explore this near the end of the Learn Ubuntu Basics course. It's nice because it gives you a place to store some photos online. If you're away from your computer or someplace else, you can access them. Apparently, this will work with mobile devices as well as your computer. The Banshee music player is the music player they're promoting with this particular flavor of Ubuntu. And there's also an Ubuntu One music store, which you can use to download music. Obviously, you can rip your own CDs and import your own libraries that you already have. Email and chat. The Evolution mail we cover in details in the Internet Fundamentals course. Also, we cover the Empathy IM in detail in the Internet Fundamentals course, and there is a version of Skype that works in Ubuntu that you can also install. So you can really be connected with this software. There's a application also called Gwibber, and we do cover that in detail in the Internet Fundamentals course, which will let you connect to Twitter, Facebook, and other multiple social sites all through one application. And as far as web browsing, the Firefox web browser is the standard browser. Flash is supported, and you can also install the Google Chromium browser as well. Both function very well in Ubuntu. We now call this LibreOffice. It's a free office suite pack with everything you need. It's very much compatible with Microsoft Office. If you're a former Windows user and you've used Microsoft Office, LibreOffice or OpenOffice will open most of your existing documents from the other Office application. I've used it myself. It works quite well. It was always called OpenOffice. I see now it's called LibreOffice. I believe the OpenOffice is now owned by Oracle, so maybe that's why we have this other offshoot of it. You can do LibreOffice or OpenOffice, I'm sure. You can customize the look of Ubuntu. You can set the way the appearance is, your desktop. There's also assistive technologies for those that need a little extra help, and multiple language support built into Ubuntu. And now we're at the end of our little slideshow here. Again, that's very nice to look through. It gives you an idea, a little preview. When you're sitting here waiting for it to install, it pays to go through that so you understand what kind of features you're going to be getting with Ubuntu. It's quite a complete system, and it's all included. We are nearing the end of our installation here. As you can see, our timeline has been tracking along the way for us. Once the installation is completed, we will see this confirming screen. We can click Restart Now. Now it's asking us to remove the installation media and press Enter. And we'll see what we get here for a desktop. I have not seen, honestly have not seen the Unity desktop work in a virtual box yet. It may work in this one because they do have very good video drivers on this machine. Now, I'm going to select my user. Now here's our choice here. See this? Ubuntu or Ubuntu Classic. We're gonna try Ubuntu, which is the Unity desktop. And we'll log in. Now, one of the reasons that we've done this, so we wanted to try to get to show you the Unity desktop. We're going to do a section on the Unity desktop as an appendix to this course. but most of our courses are still using the Gnome Desktop. The reason we do that is most systems will support the Gnome Desktop and not all systems will support the Unity Desktop, so we're trying to make sure our material is available to the largest common denominator.